Okay, for years I have been the person that makes the gravy, and with a lot of success. So Hap can attest to that. He just walked past. Today I decided, since my daughters-in-law are here, I'm going to show them how to do it in my Christmas sweater. I don't always wear a Christmas sweater, but when I do, it's in January. So this video is Keeks gravy on Christmas in January. So here we go, let's get started. Alright, so you have your we've cooked deer meat, and this is the grease from the deer meat. It's still got a lot of the little skimmings in it, so that makes it even better to have the little crisp from the deer steak. So we've got quite a few here, so we want to make quite a bit of gravy. So that's quite a bit of oil. Typically, if you've got maybe a family of 4, you want to use about do the 2-2-2, because everything is equal in number. You're going to see that, and so that's probably more than 3 tablespoons, but we're going to go with it, and because we want to make sure it gets nice and soggy. So the grease is already warm. I'm going to turn it up a little bit, and we're going to do, if we've got 3 tablespoons of oil, then we're going to do 3 heaping tablespoons of flour. And so we'll put that in the oil. And then this is really important. You need to do this with a spatula to mix it. So show how this looks. We're going to come in here. Make sure it's good. All of the lumps are out of the flour. And just looking at this, it looks like the ratio of grease to flour may be a little heavy on the oil. So I'm going to add one more thing of flour, which is going to mean we'll have 1 additional cup of milk. So here's the flour. And again, we just mix it really well. Alright. So there is all of the mixture for that. You can see that it's nice and mixed. You can hear babies crying in the background. That's okay, because it's the Dorr family Christmas and we've got babies. So the next thing is the milk. So we did 4 tablespoons of grease, 4 tablespoons of flour. So we're going to do 4 cups of milk. And you can use regular milk. Sometimes I use the carnation milk. But I'm going to use that for potatoes later. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the regular milk. And then we'll have to get some more for the babies. So let's mix that in. And then 1 more. Now we salt and peppered the deer steak, and so there was probably a little bit already in the crisp, but we want to make sure that there's plenty of salt and pepper also in the gravy. We like a lot of pepper. Good amount of salt. This is not a health food. And then here we go. With the spatula again, I'm going to turn it up, let it come to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it down, let it cook a little longer, and it will start getting thick. So here we go. This took about 5 minutes. It's getting nice and thick. And when it gets to the consistency that you want it, go ahead and turn it off, or it could get too thick, and remove it from the heat. And it is ready to serve with the deer steak and the rolls and the potatoes. Nice and healthy. Happy New Year!